Hello, welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. I'm here 365 days of the year to take your 12 political questions at noon. I take them out of the chat from between like 11 and 12 Chicago time, Central time in the US. And then I do 12 at 12 or as close after 12 as I can get on. Here we are. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That's an ongoing thing. And we have epic troll slayers who keep us safe. If you're watching this on replay, hello, you can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed out there, and I timestamp them as I go. So you can go down, you can pick and choose. Just pick and choose whatever you're interested in. But do come by in the chat sometime, because I try to give you guys credit for the great things you say, that you're funny, you're insightful, you're knowledgeable. We have a great community here. And just overall, for everybody, we have a great community here because of you. Thank you. Okay. So, hello. All right. Get ye old bag out. Speaking of this bag, ta-da! Tomorrow we're having the second giveaway. So if unfortunately for this one, it's only going to be, I'm afraid, for U.S. or Canadian residents, just because of still working out the shipping issues. But if you go down to the description box, or you're going to bookartmedia.com and you sign up for the newsletter on the page there, you will be entered in a drawing to win one of these fantastic pouches. I really like this thing. I like the feel of the material. It seems quite durable. I designed the 4 tarot, cute kitty tarot cards that are on it. It's just black and orange down at the bottom. And I use this every day. I really like it. So good quality. I keep 2 decks in here. So good stuff. Good stuff. In fact, I think we'll use the Art Nouveau today because it's got lots of yellow in it. So anyway, but if you sign up, and if you've already signed up, thank you. You're entered as well. So yes. So we're having this drawing is tomorrow, Saturday the 16th. At the end of the live stream tomorrow, so you have until then to sign up to be entered to win a cute kitty tarot pouch for your own cards or whatever else you'd like to use it for. Like I said, I really like this material. Anyway, quite pleased with this. All right, that is tomorrow. Yeah, okay. So, oh, thank you. Janice is saying, "So nice to catch you live." Thank you. Sherry H says, "I love the way it looks. Very pretty." Good. Like I said, I'm very pleased. I don't offer something if I don't think it's of good enough quality. That's kind of a thing with me. So put it down to Saturn on my ascendant, but I can't just do a sort of half-baked on quality of what I put out there, which means I sometimes run into timing issues with things taking me longer than I want it to. So Al Menzi, drawing here or Book Art Media? The drawing's going to be here during Black and Orange at the end of the live stream, just like we did last Saturday. Excuse me, but you're signing up for the Book Art Media newsletter, which is it's my publishing company that I set up, and it covers both my book publishing, artwork I do, and media like Black and Orange. So that's where the Book Art Media comes from. I named it after the different mediums that I put stuff out in. So bookartmedia.com, sign up for the newsletter. If you are in the US or Canada, then you are entered for a chance to win the cute kitty tarot pouch. We're hoping I keep saying we because Sarah's been so helpful. Hold please. Card went AWOL. Love it. Sarah has been so helpful. Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. Sarah's been helpful and has some ideas, maybe something we can do for international viewers. We're trying to come up with things, good things we can do to try to brighten your day or make your life better in some way. So, okay, we're going to start with Jay's question. All right, so if you're new around here, the reason you get there are the overlays, there are the nails, there's the matching colors, there's the the whole thing. It's because we're trying to, and I don't swear on camera. It's because we're trying to keep the energy up here, and then we kind of dip down to read into this gunky political nasty energy, and then we can come back up. So we don't stay down with that negativity, all right? So that's what, if you're wondering, it's like, what's with the stuff? That's what the stuff is for. And for some reason, the bottom question in the chat, oh, there it is, now it's working. Okay, good. So at 6 and a bit minutes in, oh goodness. I believe I hope I have made myself clear in the past. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I'm not a fan of Donald Trump, but I hope I have made it clear from the beginning and ever since that I do not wish him ill. And I do not want him to pass away. I don't want him to get sick. I do not wish any of that. I want justice. I want plain old investigation, evidence, courtroom, evidence that we've seen with our own eyes, but evidence laid out, a potential conviction, and the punishment. That is what I want. And I do not wish any ill on Donald Trump or any of them. I don't want them sick. I want them to face justice. So it's kind of a yellow ochre, I think. But so that's why, sorry, quick question in the chat. So that's why when I saw this in an article, it made me a little concerned, because I don't see any, I really don't see any, I haven't really seen readers who say that Trump, have ever said Trump's going to jail. And not because he hasn't done anything wrong, but he just doesn't end up in prison. I have gotten him being arrested. I have gotten that. That made me very happy. But so the reason I'm telling you all of this is because there's a quote in a recent article that Trump gave. He said, quote, "You look like you're in good health, but tomorrow you get a letter from a doctor saying, 'Come see me again.' That's not good when they use the word again." And you can see the links in the description box. And this is not just out of the blue, or they were talking about something else. I believe they were talking about his chance of, it's about the RNC have pulled out of the Presidential Debate Commission. This is me rolling my eyes. Yeah, this is a problem I have. I have Apple News on my phone, the subscriber edition, so I pay for that. But then I can't open the links here, some of them. But anyway, but they were talking about re-election. He said, you look like you're in good health, but tomorrow you get a letter from a doctor saying, "Come see me again." That's not good when they use the word again. Did Donald Trump accidentally disclose a hidden illness in a recent interview? Is he sick? How bad? Well, mentally, yeah. Okay, what? Why are you jumping? The cards are just like, I can't read on this anymore. Goodbye, cruel world. And then it's like, you're just on the floor. You're fine. Lynott, hey Lynott, I've never gotten that either. Okay. Al Menzi says, I read that article, a possible excuse not to run in 2024. But he doesn't like to show weakness. So I don't know that he'd use that as an excuse. But the reality is he seriously ill? Come see me again. I mean, the man's pretty much walking poster child of heart disease and cancer. What's the expression I'm looking for? When you do a whole lot of things that make you susceptible. Poster child for heart disease and cancer. Not symptoms. Weakness to, I can't think of the word. Anyway. Risk factors. That's it. For he's the walking embodiment of heart disease and cancer risk factors, and just a lousy human being. But yuck. Ew. All right, how sick are you? Well, yeah, physically. Is that going to stop you from running? The emperor. You know, Henry VIII was really, really sick. He had it's incredibly likely, like 99% likely, he had massive head trauma that resulted in his personality changing. He had gout. He had sores that wouldn't heal. He had all kind of stuff. So it's like, oh, yeah, emperor. Yeah. All right. Trunky. Star. 7 of Pentacles. 4 of Cups. 8 of Swords. Ace of Swords. Oh dear. These are my cards for surgery. There's hope, but he has a whole lifetime of things that have built up in his system, damage that's been done. Whereas this is him refusing medical care, him refusing to listen to medical advice specifically. But this is surgery. Oh, this does not look good. Lynott says the stress from everything eventually causing a downturn. It's possible. Whew. I don't want him to get sick. I don't. I want him to go on just regular old human level trial. Isabel Moss says, I'm petty and cannot be bothered to care. Oh, care. Oh, care. Please care. Please send energy that he's going to be okay to go to trial and be held accountable. We need that. But you do you. Please don't think I'm telling you what to do. I certainly not. But oh, Lord. I'm getting such a feeling off of this card of, because of course, you know, he's always the victim. He lives on the drama triangle, the handy dandy Cartman drama triangle, where it's an upside down triangle. He's the victim, always the victim, always the victim. No president's ever been treated better. And Lincoln and Kennedy are like, excuse you? But no president's been treated worse. Sorry, no president's been treated worse, you know, on and on and on. And this is also, I've been through the cold alone. I alone could have saved, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh God, just look, I want you to live. I want you to go to trial. But until then, shh. Please. All right, High Priestess, Ace of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Devil. This is the dynasty. This is a genetic weakness, and this is some kind of horrible illness. It's a secret. This is medical care that came in the past. The thing he said about come see me again, this happened in the past, and he's kept it a secret. It's a genetic issue that weakens. So I don't know if it could be anything. I mean, just seriously, looking at the guy. Yeah. Linda Kingsley says, I'm so sorry. Trump will not shut up. It is his narcissistic duty to drive you crazy. I suppose. Berkani says, Gemini. Oh, man. Disrupt says being born with an enlarged ego is a genetic illness. No, but narcissism can be, I mean, there's genetic weaknesses that can potentially lead to certain mental illnesses, make you more susceptible to certain mental illnesses like narcissism, which is a mental illness. Almenzi says, good possibility his dad had dementia. That could also be a part of it, but it could be his heart. Could be cancer, could be anything. There's so many things that are wrong with him, but there's so many things that could go wrong with him. Oh my gosh, I just had a whole like 2 or 3 sentences go through my head about him and something that could be wrong, and I am not saying any of it out loud. Queen of Cups, Magician, Lover's card, Partnership, Surgeon. It's a surgeon. He's had all kind of good health care. Lovers and the Ace of Wands could refer to certain issues, but this is more healthcare, specific healthcare, and that I'm getting cards of surgery that may not actually work that well. It may be too late for whatever it is, but I'm getting cards of surgery. Whew. I'm also getting horrible feelings down my back. Ugh. Isabel Moss, acute laryngitis, perhaps? Oy. Ian McGrath says, I have just come home from work. If you are talking about 45's illness, then it is caught up with him. His arteries are tightening up to his heart. He has a limp, which is Bad claudication. Ooh, okay. Jen Lynn is particularly good at medical readings. Hierophant. Ace of Cups. Nine of Cups. He's going to get excellent medical care. He's going to get excellent medical care. All right, well, that's all I'm getting there. But there's. Oh, Michelle Sutherland. It could be any of a number of things. I'm just not. Could be lots of different things, but I keep getting surgery cards. There's a death card, potential. Nine of Pentacles. Okay, sorry, Knight of Swords. Again, Seven of Pentacles. He has excellent health care. I keep tripping over my words today. This is aggressive surgery. Like, let's go in now. There's some urgency. It's things he's grown. Surgery to take out things he has grown. Because I'm not getting the, seven. If I was getting like the Seven of Cups, I'd be thinking, okay, maybe we are talking about dementia or something. But something he's grown, like tumors or blood clots or something like that. Kim Rogers, it could be that too. Six of Pentacles. Four of Cups. Three of Wands. Nine of Wands. And he was too busy to do the medical stuff earlier, which would have helped him. An ounce of prevention is worth more than a pound of cure. So, all right, that's what I'm getting on him. I'm afraid, Hina, I only do political readings. I don't do personal readings. But the question was, when will I meet my future spouse? I have that question for myself. I'd like to know, but no, I just do political stuff here, I'm afraid. Almenzi, tumors, stones, cancerous growth, something. All right. Okay, so at 24 minutes in, we spent a long time on that, but I think it was worth it. So 24 minutes in. Jen Glenn had a question about Stephen Miller. So I guess he came down from the rafters. Will Stephen Miller get into any legal trouble for his involvement on January 6th? I thought I heard something about him in the news recently, that he was involved in something. Am I correct on that? Has Stephen Miller been in the news recently? I love that, Isabel. Oh, Lord save us. Stephen Miller. News. January 6th panel presses Stephen Miller on whether Trump sought to incite the crowd. He met virtually with the January 6th committee. He's 5'10". He's 36 years old. And he basically does his best. Actually, I would say he does his best Vlad the Impaler impersonation, but you know, that's just his face. I mean, look at this picture. Can you guys see this picture right here? This one, the top left. He's just that awful. Oh, wait. Cancel that. Stop screen. Okay. Whew, he's 36. Can you believe it? Who just asked? Al Menzi asking, is he trying to change his really bad karma? I doubt it. I mean, what? AJ, please, not while I'm eating. I understand. All right, well, they pressed him on it. I'm trying to get a sense of... Okay, so questioning Stephen Miller in an at times contentious exchange that included queries about Mr. Trump's speech before a crowd the morning of the riots. Investigators asked Mr. Miller repeatedly about the use of the word "we" throughout Mr. Trump's speech on the ellipse. Ooh. All right, cards. Getting unruly here. Okay. And Mr. Miller argued the language was no different from any other political speech. Among the most contentious exchanges were over a draft of the speech Mr. Trump delivered that morning. We will not take it anymore, and that's what this is all about, Mr. Trump said. And to use a favorite term that all of you people really came up with, we will stop this deal. Another point of contention with Mr. Miller was Mr. Trump's false claims of a widespread ballot fraud. Mr. Miller, the people familiar with his appearance said, argued that the election had been stolen, claiming there were several examples of fraud. Oh dear. So you argued, oh dear. Well, this is Republicans who are out in the cold. Oh dear. So Count Dumula went in front of the January 6th Select Committee and said the election was stolen. Really? Eight of Cups, Star, Page of Cups, Eight of Swords. He's just the messenger. So the question is, did he throw Trump under the bus? No. Did he provide valuable information? No. These are the wussy Democrats where he thought he could just go in and talk over people and they're not going to do anything anyway. This is him. This is of the various people who have come in, left evidence, and then they come in, put evidence down, and then left. These are all the people they've talked to. He is one of the star witnesses, but yeah, he had contempt for them, wussy Democrats. This is the being hemmed in, card of being hemmed in, and then here's a card of the far right messenger. This is him being very careful to not throw Trump under the bus and carrying on the far right message. So the cards are pretty much in agreement with that article, and I pulled the cards before I read the article, so yep. Sound like that, Joanne? No, nada, zip, zilch. Yep. All right. Ugh. Linda Sandoval, what an idiot. Well, he's Count Dumula. Yeah. All right, 31 minutes in. Jen Glenn also had a question. Oh, well, Stephen, okay, 31. Again, Stephen Miller, we're back to Count Dumula. Will Stephen Miller get into any legal trouble for his involvement on January 6th? Thank you for being here. I'd hate to read on this stuff just alone all the time, which is what I used to do. So you're gonna have some legal troubles. Chalking that. Wussy Democrats. That's how he sees them. Doesn't mean they are, but that's how he sees them. Not exactly a surprise. 3 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles. They had a plan. It didn't work. Theft right in the center. 7 of Swords. It's a thief card. Good grief. 5 of Swords. That's insult to injury. 9 of Pentacles. Sitting pretty. For what was done, he's higher up in the ranks, but is he going to face, because that center card, the one next to it, the 7 and 5 of Swords, those are cards of theft and betrayal, and so it's not like, oh, the whole thing is he's just fine. It's no, there's huge theft, betrayal, and it looks like he's fine, but will he stay fine? Frida Smet is asking, why would he? He only wrote a treasonous speech. Bully. Well, duh. Jen Glenn says, if you look at Stephen's chart, his Chiron is in Gemini. Not in a long time. I can't remember. Thank you, Linda. Okay, Queen of Pentacles. So one of the King of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles. Justice card. 10 of Pentacles. These are the King and Queen of Pentacles. So these are the Republicans. This is them not having the money, the resources, the backing. Facing justice for trying to install a dynasty. But I do have a justice card here. And he's not, it would be him along with a bunch of other people. That's what the cards are saying. It seems too good to be true right now, but hopefully that's what will happen. Okay. Alan says, I'm not sure who Stephen Miller is. I'm assuming he's one of 45's cronies up to his neck in rancid orange. Oh, how to describe Stephen Miller. He was an advisor to President Trump and a speechwriter. And he is a He is behind the cruelest immigration policies. He was a key part of tearing children away from their parents in Texas and whatnot. He's heinous. He's absolutely heinous. He's a terrible human being. Sofia Chavez is a vampiro. B. Smith says, if Stephen Miller got into an elevator with me, I would jump out at the next stop. Yeah. Chaos Mage says, he's a damaged dude. That's a good description. Alan says, thanks, Autumn. He sounds revolting. He is. His entire Jewish family has pretty much disavowed him. He's Jewish, from a Jewish family, and he's like pro-Nazi, pro-neo-Nazi. It's like, what? Anyway, goodbye, Count Dumula. I shall not miss you. 3630. So, uncovered text between Mike Lee and Mark Meadows show just how involved Mike was with getting legislators to turn over the election. Will his involvement keep him from being reelected? Mike Lee. Gotta figure out I can't remember who that is. It's hard. It's just a hard thing. I read on so much political stuff, but I end up having to look people up sometimes, and this guy, because there's so many people. Mike Lee. All right, this is Mike Lee. Please tell me what I should be saying. Text messages show Senator Mike Lee assisting, but he privately trashed his friend Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley's efforts to overturn. Mike Lee Chip Roy text show they had no evidence the 2020 election was rigged. Analysis. Will you let me read this, or are you going to block me here? No, they might let me read it. Okay, so Mark Meadows shared his text messages with the January 6th committee before he decided, I'm not going to cooperate. Huh? CNN obtained text between Meadows and Republican Utah Senator Mike Lee and Republican Texas Senator Chip Roy that were sent during the period from the election through January 6th. The text reinforced the Keystone Cops nature of the effort, also shed light on internal GOP misgivings about the electoral fraud evidence that was being presented. Lee and Roy ultimately declined to object to the election results. And they pointed the White House to two now rather infamous lawyers, Sidney Powell and John Eastman, talking about lack of actual evidence, etc., etc. So the uncovered text between Mike Lee and Mark Meadows showed just how involved Mike was with getting legislators to turn over the election. Well, it looks like he was actually, from what I was reading there, it looked like he was actually saying it wasn't a steal, it wasn't a thing. There wasn't enough proof of election fraud. He said, I'm worried about the Powell press conference. The potential defamation liability for the president is significant here, for the campaign and for the president personally, unless Powell can back up everything she said, which I kind of doubt she can. And Meadows responded, I agree, very concerned. So how is this going to affect his reelection? Republican Mike Lee of Utah. DLC says this text themselves are more revealing. Okay. How is this going to affect his reelection? Mike Lee. Well, first of all, it's Utah, so it's not exactly... Let's just say Utah isn't exactly California. 4 of Swords. He did make some efforts to say, eh. Jen Glenn says there were texts of him saying he was making calls for hours trying to find legislators. King of Pentacles. Oh, sorry, my neck's tightening up. 10 of Swords. Page of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, 9 of Swords. Well, the January 6th Select Committee is going to cause some headaches for this man. And there's some really, if you'll excuse the term, damning evidence that the committee has found. I guess part of it would be these texts. So you can't see he had nothing to do with January 6th or any of that because he was involved in either talking about it, saying it was good, saying it was bad, saying it wasn't good enough, it was too weak. Happy birthday, Frank, who turned 63 earlier this month. Happy birthday. Belated. Happy birthday. So Torino says another seat up for grabs. 6 of Pentacles. His voters might be pretty forgiving. I don't know what the polls are looking like, or if anybody's even talking about who he'll be running against, but there's a Sun card. Things are going to be coming to light. 9 of Cups. This is a committee laying out their information. Yeah, these texts, this information is going to be spread far and wide. This is, they can't really argue that, oh, we didn't know. Oh, of course not. King of Swords. 7 of Pentacles. This is, they have all the messages. They have all this stuff. They have all this discussion. That feels like a prosecutor. He's in trouble. He's got some kind of legal trouble here. He's going to get, it feels like he's going to get sucked into this whole whirlwind thing. Let's hope. So, 3 cards. Will it affect his reelection? Four of Cups. Strength. Emperor. 8 of Swords. Well, there's a strong patriarchal bent. But there's also people being hemmed in, being held accountable for January 6th. It won't help him. So, Almenzi says he's up for re-election in 2022, and I don't think Romney gave him an endorsement. Ooh, boy. See, Torino says it's extensive what I'm getting from him. Getting for him. Yeah, that's what I'm getting to. So, okay. 45 minutes in. Oh boy. All right, put your shoes and socks on. We're going to the Ukraine-Russia atrocities palooza. So, let me see here. Russia and China have isolated their people to the point where their people are starting to believe the propaganda. Yeah. A recent poll shows Putin's popularity numbers have grown from 71 to 83%. China is painting Russia to its citizens as a long-suffering victim. Oh, wait, let me do the long-suffering victim rather than an aggressor, and defends that Russia defends China's strong tie. Okay, and then this doesn't make sense. China is painting Russia to its citizens as a long-suffering victim rather than an aggressor, and defends China's strong ties with Moscow as vital. Fair. Okay. How long will this enforced ignorance last? Will the people of Russia and China wake up to the truth soon? Well, I think those are two different questions. Let's have a look. Moscow. Will the people wake up to the truth soon? All right, and China, people of China, Moscow maybe, China, no. Okay. Hierophant, the governments control information, they control everything really. Russia, will the people wake up soon? They're hurting, their economy is cratering. 3 of Wands, so where they can get information. Here, let me close this door. That's what happens when you live with family all around. You get people dropping in all the time, family dropping in all the time. This is if the people who are able to look overseas, the people who are able to and are interested in getting sources of news overseas, they can. But this doesn't actually feel that bad for people in the West or Biden or any of that. But their economy is cratering. They care more about this. China, will your people get any real news soon? They're a lot more brutal. Oh, look, there's an emperor card. No. The emperor who rules with the giant beady club and big, showy, we're in control. Yeah, this is much tighter control. I don't know. 3 more cards on Russia. Insult to injury. Yeah, that's pretty much Russia. Knight of Cups, Sun. The West helping Ukraine is helping a lot. And this is Putin's propaganda. This is the messenger, the far right messenger. They're saying nothing to see here. Don't pay any attention over there. But I'm getting really good energy for Ukraine winning this. Oh, and by the way, the Russia trying to say that their battleship Moskva, that no, it was just a fire. It wasn't. They weren't bombed by the Ukrainians. No, it was a safety violation or something, and the ammunition exploded. Really? So that's why you've moved your entire fleet farther away from the coast? Really? All right, 50 minutes in. Okay, Margaret had a question. Okay, Margaret Bassett had a question. Will Russia attack Finland for making a move to join NATO? If they do, will it prompt Sweden to jump in? All right, will Russia attack Finland? All right, Finland. Is Russia going to attack Finland? Five of Wands. They've got Russia already has a lot on their hands. Four of Wands, Six of Wands, Star. Only if they win in Ukraine. They'll probably move stuff close in and try to intimidate them, but they need a victory. They need an absolute victory if they're going to be moving in somewhere. Because right now, their forces are committed elsewhere. There's a lot of chaos. But if they can get a definitive victory, I don't think they're going to get. Whatever they sent into Finland right now, troops, tanks, whatever. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Finland would just flatten it. Just absolutely flatten it. Alan says, I got the train from Finland to St. Petersburg. It was very freaky. Ooh, but that was fascinating. Yeah, Betty Harper. Russia's kind of got its hands full. Yeah. Katie Arbuckle says, that's got to be confusing. If they say it's Ukraine, it's actually them. If it's actually Ukraine, no, guys, this was us. We did that. You have a point. Nine of Wands. Oh, Putin's he's not doing well. His forces are not doing well. He's not doing well. This is beaten up. Good. Because Russia, you need to get out of the country that isn't yours. This is self-defense. You get what you deserve. When it comes to self-defense, yeah. If somebody has to defend themselves against your aggression, you'll get what you deserve. Seven of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Page of Wands. Six of Swords, Star. They'd have to try to sneak something in, and it wouldn't. No. They've got their hands full. They would have to take one of their important pieces of what they have and send it over with these a smaller group, younger people. They'd have to sneak it in, and the Finns would just crush them. That's what I'm getting. Alan says, they took our passports 7 times to photocopy for the black market. Oh, geez. The energy entering into Russia was very dark. Oh, I'm glad you're okay. Yikes. Oof. All right, 5430. We're going to go international. 50 elsewhere, international. Oh, let's just say 55. Okay. V had a question. Will the UK ever rejoin the EU? ASAP. CYA to cover the IOUs. I'm just random letters at this point. Will the UK ever rejoin the EU? UK ever join the EU? Oh, Britannia. Roll Britannia. That wasn't really smart, was it? But what do I know? It's not my country. 10 of Swords, though, it didn't. Brexit didn't go so well, and it did not give what it promised to give. I've got a big old Chariot card here. I've got a Knight of Swords. I've got a 9 of Pentacles. I have an 8 of Wands, and I have a 7 of Cups. Big showy. They left in a big showy way. This dream of sitting pretty, coming under fire, from the right. A lot of corruption, a lot of hidden agendas, a lot of it's like it's a democracy, but heavily influenced by Russia, basically. Trillium Treasures is a headline about Russia warns the U.S. against further arming Ukraine. Good luck stopping them. Oh, is it Judith's birthday? Happy birthday, Judith. Happy birthday. So UK going to rejoin the EU at some point here. King of Swords. King of Swords. 6 of Pentacles. Hanged Man. Emperor. Well, you see. Oh, and I've got a death card over here. NATO is a very strong force. It's obviously not the same thing as the EU, duh. But right now, NATO's the strong, cohesive force in Europe and whatnot. This is... Brexit didn't go as well as it was supposed to for the average person. And it may actually... people may come closer together in trying to stop an emperor. So I think there's going to be a drift. It feels like a drift in that direction. Can you guys hear the vacuum in the background? I'm so sorry if it's bothering you. But I'm getting a drift. I'm not getting a yes, they'll rejoin. I'm getting it's slowly drifting back. So for what it's worth, Lisa Kingsley, you can't hear it. Good, thank you, thank you, guys. All right, 5930. Martin Winter had a question. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. 5930. Martin Winter had a question, which was more countries in Europe are close to being fascist, nationalistic, totalitarian. Will this get worse or will it change for the better in the near future? All right. Well, yesterday, I won't go into it again, but I did explain, was it yesterday, day before? I pulled up the astrology wheel, and I explained why there's such an attack on democracy right now astrologically. But will this authoritarianism, this power of authoritarianism, will it start to weaken soon? Will it get worse? Will it get better in the world? Well, authoritarianism. Depends how much trouble people are having financially. I watch random stuff on YouTube, and last night I was watching some videos of some newly colorized, stabilized videos of film, small bits of film taken of just street scenes in major cities of Europe and the U.S. Back in the 1920s, and part of it was interesting because they also, they were showing Berlin and they were showing, all these places. And I did find myself paying particular attention during the ones that were taken on German streets, wondering if just how badly the economic problems had hit the average street scene. But I think it was probably early 1920s. But when people are desperate enough, they start going to extremes. So it's the financial issues are going to be big. Judgment, devil, star. Things get so bad, they just want somebody to fix it, and they're willing to make a deal with the devil to do it. Eight of Swords. Yeah, but you make a deal with authoritarianism, and you're not going to like everything you get. And the whole point of authoritarianism is there are no choices. And these idiots, and I mean idiots, white supremacist idiots, or people who are supporting authoritarians, even if they aren't white supremacists themselves, they think that, well, everything's going to be exactly how they want it. So their views are going to be forced on everybody else. And everything's going to be fine. And it's like, okay, then what happens when the person in charge starts coming out with stuff you don't like? You can't do anything. The whole point of democracy is then you could have more elections, you could do something. But the whole point of authoritarianism is you can't. But I think it will start getting through to some people, but this is also very faded. I mean, I've got 4 major arcana cards here. And in the center, I've got hope. I've also got a water bearer, which is a sign of Aquarius, which is where Pluto's going next year. It's dipping its toe into Pluto's dipping its toes into the Aquarian water next year, but then in 2024, it's going in, and it's going to be in Aquarius for 15, 20 years. And things will definitely change then. But yeah, a lot of this authoritarianism is linked to Pluto in digging up everything in Capricorn. Aristocratic Capricorn, patriarchal Capricorn. Pluto plows the field, kicks up the dust, and you're living next to the field it's being plowed up to, so you get the dust all over inside your house, all over everything. Yeah. So when that starts happening in Aquarius, we're going to have a different set of problems. Nuclear magenta, change for the better or the worse? Yes and no. There are some good things that happened during Pluto in Capricorn. Think of it that way. Obama was president for 8 years. Yay. We're making moves toward equality in ways. We have some milestones here that we haven't had in our whole history. But we've also had heinousness, and that's in Pluto's in any sign. You're going to get the good and the bad. So, okay, 10530. This is another question about China. 10530. Okay, will the constant lockdowns in China, which already has, I'm getting that it's debt problems, not department problems, property crises, lead to enough social unrest to make changes to the positive in the government or regime? Yeah, okay, that's supposed to be debt problems. There we go. Okay, 106.15. Will the constant lockdowns in China lead to enough social unrest to make changes in the government or regime? I don't think so. Could be wrong, but I don't think so. China feels pretty awful, but pretty solidly awful for now. I mean, if you think about it, China's really old as a country, really old. And it's not exactly been a flourishing democracy ever. Has it? I mean, am I missing something from way back when? Or Three of Swords. Ouch. Ow. King of Pentacles. Six of Cups. Five of Wands. Four of Swords. Queen of Cups. Unrest, but you won't see it. Things get hidden away. The people in charge, and then creating some idyllic and then saying, yes, we're a democracy. See what we do? Aren't we great? They also don't want, yeah, they're not going anywhere. They quiet unrest. It won't always be like that. As the world becomes more integrated technologically. But for now, sorry to say. Oh boy. Claudia Peva is saying a former Putin advisor told CNN that if Europe went for a full embargo on oil and gas from Russia, the war would end in a month. There's actually some, I believe there's some kind of bill been drafted in the EU to do just that. So we may have to read on that tomorrow because, yeah. All right, 109.30. 109.30. Electra Storm and Debo were both asking about King Abbott. Governor Abbott, King Abbott of Texas, is blocking out food chain supply. Will the government step in and stop him from doing this? How will this affect our supply chain in general? Okay, yesterday I was reading on King Abbott of Texas, and it was just all about his power. It was just coming up over and over and over. Power, focus on power, anything for power. It was just bad, but he's now potentially messing up the supply chains quite a bit. And that as prices are going up, people are blaming Biden. That's the problem. There's the rub. And there's what's wrong. But will the government step in? Does federal government step in? Justice. That's not necessarily the federal government. It might be him thinking that's what he's getting. And Two of Wands, Queen of Wands, Ace of Swords, Temperance, Nine of Cups. He's going for power play. But I did get a justice card for the reading, and I've got an Ace of Swords here, so possibly, because I ultimately have things working out. Things are going to be okay. The supply chain issues are going to work themselves out, and merchants will have plenty of supplies, plenty of things on for sale. So one way or the other, it may not be the federal government. It may be producers or influential producers who are bringing some reality here to fix things. But for now, King Abbott does not want anyone having any power besides him. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so at 1:12:30, and we're back in U.S. politics and whatnot. Okay, fingers crossed. In the face of the strictest laws on women's rights yet, from Oklahoma, the Biden administration is from Oklahoma, and Kentucky just passed a law. Their state legislator overrode the governor's veto, so that just went into effect. Kentucky, that's awful. The Biden administration is pushing the Women's Health Protection Act in Congress, which would codify the law and nullify Roe while protecting women. Will it make it through Congress and the Senate? Women's Health Protection Act. Or something similar. We're not picky. We just want rights. And the Kentucky law is heinous, by the way. Just mentioning, just saying. It's a federal Women's Health Protection Act. Will that get through Congress? Not in the short term, no way. No, Republicans very much pulling together against this. Women getting rights? Oh, how dare they? Justice. A lot of court cases. We're also waiting for the Supreme Court, too. 8 of Wands. And the Republicans in the far right, they've been beating away at any access like this for a long time. Partnership, healthcare. There's a right there. It's healthcare. 6 of Wands, the far right, they've been getting their victories. But here's the Sword of Truth and the 10 of Swords. Very contentious. Very contentious. I think the Supreme Court ruling is going to come down long before this Women's Health Protection Act can make it through Congress. It's infuriating. But yeah, the cards are definitely jumping at this point. Like, I'm out of here. Like, come here. I know it's awful. It's like, I'm just a card. I was a tree once, and ink and laminate and all this stuff, and it was lovely. And now I symbolize far-right victory. What did I ever do to the universe to deserve this? Sometimes you mean nice victory, but you read political stuff, and the wands are always the far right. I know. Usually. Not always, but usually. I have sad cards. I don't want to represent evil. This is what happens when I am left unsupervised. It just sort of turns into this. All right, at 116, V wants to know, will California ever solve its housing crisis? Oh, jeez. That's pretty bad. There's a tall order. Will California ever solve its housing crisis where even first responders can't afford the rent? Yep. California. Housing crisis. Page of Wands. Joanne says, I was once offered $50,000 to marry a Chinese guy to get him to the U.S. Oh, wow. Oh, Ian, that was bad. That. 10 of Pentacles. This is people with money, families with money, and then this is a suspension. This is disappointment in the center. There's a refusal, and there's happy family. Yes and no. It feels like it will get better in pockets. But it's not everything you'd wish. In places, yes, but disappointment, refusal, not everywhere, still a lot of places. Yeah, in pockets. That's what I'm getting. I wish I had better news there. Oh, yoy. Joanne said, I said, no way. I don't want to get married again. Well, I understand that. Well, the other thing is you don't know who this guy is. I mean, he could be a psychopath. Okay. So at 1:19:30, we're going to answer Steve's question. 1:19:30. You bring questions, I read on them. Okay. We have a football question? Okay. I have no idea. I'm so sorry. I am a cliche. I am an art student cliche where I know zippo about sports. I mean, if I watch a football game, I know what's happening. I know the basic rules, but so Washington football owner Dan Snyder is embroiled in a series of scandals of corruption. Dan Snyder, Washington Commanders alleged revenue sharing schemes. USA Today is saying the NFL must face unavoidable truth. Dan Snyder has to go. Oh, allegations. Oh, harassment as well, accusations. Oh, this seems like a lovely human being. Let me see if I can share any of this because, ooh. All right, this, let me go back one. This is Daniel Snyder, an American advertising executive, owner of the Washington Commanders. He bought the team from Jack Kent Cooke's estate in 1999. And on Tuesday, more evidence of wrongdoing was found implicating Washington Commanders owner Daniel Snyder and the organization, according to a letter to the House Oversight Committee, written by the House Oversight Committee to the Federal Trade Commission. Washington Commanders may have purposely withheld ticket revenue that was meant to be shared with the other 31 NFL teams and failed to refund up to $5 million in security deposits to fans. Oh boy. Oh, and that's him. Yeah, there's all kind of stuff like that. Okay, so Dan Snyder, come on down. You are the latest contender in Expose the Rich Jerks. Darren Smith says time? Oh, the game. Time. Red flag on the play. And they were holding the revenue they shouldn't have. Penalty. 5,000 yards. Kidding. Dan Snyder. Oh, wow. This hits a whole different flavor of jerk. Less finesse. When you get sports jerks, there's just so much more of an outward celebration of testosterone in general, but 5 of Cups, disappointment. King of Wands, Chariot, Page of Swords, 6 of Cups. He's got some big legal battles ahead of him. He's just kind of done whatever he wants. Mr. Big Shot here, and the bully in the center. NFL is things in place to try to create this illusion of family entertainment, family, that kind of stuff. But this is very strong. Prosecutions and Ugh. Joanne Morris says the football field is 100 yards. I know, I was kidding. I'm saying it's really bad, so it's penalty 5,000 yards, which isn't a real thing. I do know enough to know that football fields are not 5,000 yards. Big field. Taylor B says Dan Snyder, being a horrible rich person, decided he was going to get those 140 trees cut down despite the fact they were on national parks property. Oh, he's lovely. Oh, he's a bully. Entertainment only. What do I know? But that's what I'm getting. He's a bully. King of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Four of... He's got trouble. He's got trouble right there in River City. He might be removed. There might be something in the contracts that says if you are convicted of something, or you are whatever, how it's the contract of how he could lose the team. It feels like that's what's happening here. That's what I'm getting. We'll see. Shockwave says it's a lot of corruption going on with 15 NFL teams, drugs, money, etc. Sad. Laundering money. Oh, man. Okay. And we have time for the 14th question. At 127. Landbird said, will free energy technologies that have been kept secret be made available in the near future? Nikola Tesla demonstrated these as early as 1903, but was rejected because no one could profit from them. Free energy technologies. It feels like that's sort of what's coming, but it's high tech. Like, I'm not saying it is, but like converting quantum froth into energy for whatever, but that's such a small amount, but they tap into, I don't know what, but I'm just saying something high tech is what it feels like. It feels like we'll have almost unlimited energy per se, but because I'm trying to get my brain's going to space travel, long distance space travel, but the problem becoming crossing the distances in a timely fashion rather than it's like you create something that you can get a steady stream of power, and maybe you could get a number of those to try to get a bigger steady stream of power, but ultimately we have to start messing with slipstream technologies, with creating these bubbles that allow very slippery movement to go great distances or something like that. But if it feels like we do reach a point where energy is not the big thing. Every house has energy. Every house has a thing that, yeah, every house has energy. It's not, but it's very futuristic. I'm getting a Prometheus vibe, even though there's no reason a page would be Prometheus, but I'm getting a kind of a Prometheus vibe from that. Three of Cups, King of Cups. Yeah, a big push for this has to do with trying to save the planet. Nine of protect people from rising water. That. King of Wands. 8 of Wands. It's coming for some people. It has to do with saving the planet. It will help a lot of people. But it doesn't solve as many problems as we had hoped. And I don't know what it would take to build said things. Like maybe it takes rare minerals, or I don't know. Glenn Bird said Tesla demonstrated an apple crate sized box that powered a dairy farm. Oh wow. Let me see if I've got anything else. Will free energy technologies that have been kept secret be made available in the near future? Two of Cups, save the planet. Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, 4 of Wands. And there will be people who will become insanely rich. Insanely rich, like we've never seen before. And that's what I'm getting for that. It's both good news and so, all right. That's going to do it for me for today. You brought 14 questions. I did my best to answer 14 questions because that's just how we do around here. I'm here 365 days of the year to take your questions, and tomorrow I will be right back here. Matter of fact, tomorrow, don't forget, you're of course you're welcome to sign up for the newsletter, the Book Art Media newsletter, no matter where you are in the world. But if you are for U.S. and Canada residents, there'll be a drawing tomorrow for a cute kitty pouch. I have one of the very few of these that there are. It's a really nice material, and that's the design. This is the this is the 7 of Pentacles. So this is fruits of labor. 2 of Cups, so partnership. The World's culmination, fruition, and then more to come with the Ace of Wands. So this is the message here of you get the fruits of your labor. You have great partnerships. Your dreams come true. Your actions come to fruition, and then there's even more to come that is good for you. That's why those particular 4 cards. So anyway, that's going to do it for me for today. If you'd like to be entered in a drawing for this, just go to bookartmedia.com. Links in the description box, and just sign up for the newsletter. You will get an email once a month, and I do not sell information. So anyway, other than that, I'll be right back here tomorrow. It is 1:49 p.m. here in Chicago at 4 o'clock. So in 2 hours and 10 minutes, I will be over on the Book Art Media YouTube channel for creative sprints. You are always welcome. All right. Take care. Thank you for everything. All right. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye. There are good days ahead. Don't forget. Don't forget.